Welcome to the second segment of our prime time. Tonight, we are joined by Nigeria's top real estate expert. He is a business coach. He's a business leader. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is chairman of GTEX Holdings and the founder of Stephen Akintayo Foundation. You're welcome to Cameroon, Mr.
Thank
Stephen.
you. Thank you for having me.
Great. Now, how's your stay in Cameroon?
Beautiful. You people are really, really hospitable. Okay. Amazing.
Great. So you are a successful real estate operator. What is the state of real estate right now in Nigeria?
Well, real estate is growing. There are a lot of private individuals getting into the sector. As you are aware, the housing deficit in Nigeria is over 20 million. And according to some of the data, Lagos has the highest return on investment when it comes to real estate in the whole of Africa, followed by Abuja. Then,
in the whole of Africa?
Yes, okay. Then Port Harcourt and South Africa. Okay. You know, so yes, the market is growing, it's booming. But other nations are rising as well. Ghana real estate is doing very well. I'm new to Cameroon, so I'm still studying how the market is here. Yeah.
Great. I'm sure you're going to find out a lot of interesting things when it comes to real estate in Cameroon. Yeah. Now, when we talk about real estate, land comes to mind. How do land policies actually favor real estate?
Well, now in Africa, most countries don't have the most favorable land policies, and I think that's part of what is hampering the growth of the sector. So in many African countries, you have to buy land technically twice.
Wow.
So you buy from the native owners, and then you still have to buy from the government. And this has affected, you know, the growth of that sector. Some countries are coming up with policies like in Ghana, they now have some agencies that government partner with, so that you get from them, then it covers both the locals as well as the government. Nigeria is also looking at, in some states, in Nigeria, you have a 60-day policy to get C of O that some are coming up with. We have a new president. We're hoping that, and he's experienced with real estate, so we hope he will bring some better system and policy into the sector.
Do you think the youths should embrace real estate?
Absolutely.
Why?
I mean, what are they doing if not real estate? Because real estate does four things. It's a source of making money.
One.
It's a source of managing money.
Okay.
It's a source of multiplying money. And it's a source of transferring wealth to the next generation. So there are few asset classes that can do those four things. Some asset class will do one or two, but real estate will do all. And if you can use your youthful age, youthful years, to even start, maybe as a broker, you may not be able to afford to buy land at the beginning, but start as a broker, begin to sell for other developers, make some money, begin to do land banking. I have some of my mentees here in Cameroon who have started a real estate business. In fact, two of them are with me tonight. One of them started Airbnb. He's on his fourth Airbnb right now. One other one started with land banking. He's been buying land in Douala, in Boya, you call it?
Yes.
So, and he's expanded. So I'm impressed that a lot of people are picking the principles that I teach when it comes to real estate. Yeah.
Amazing. Now let's get into the crux of the matter. Okay. You are actually here in Cameroon for the Billionaire Habit book series here in Douala.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is it all about?
So I've been privileged to write 40 books. Yeah.
Amazing.
So, but we have this 5 series that talked about the billionaire habits and how to build wealth, how to grow your business to multi-billion in whatever currency of the world you are. I started my business in Nigeria with 1,000 naira and we built it to a multi-billion naira corporation, and we're on 4 continents of the world. And so I shared in that book how I grew not from a rich home, from a very poor background. And I started my journey in entrepreneurship. We were 15 years as a registered company now. And I recently handed over to a new group CEO, you know, so that I could expand to other sectors as well. But for me, it's important to pass on that generation to the next phase. If we see the rate of poverty in Africa, we know that it's more important to teach how to fish rather than just give fish.
Exactly.
Politicians do that a lot. They come, spread money. But when you look at economies like the US, like the UK, they've grown on the backbone that wealthy people teach what they know.
Exactly.
And not just dash out money. And so we're starting and championing that cause. And I'm excited that the testimony is really humbling. Amount of people, this is my first time in Cameroon,
okay.
But amount of people who have been reading my books, watching my content, have started businesses and are doing so well. I'm humble, really.
Wow, that's nice. What do you hope to achieve organizing this event?
So the vision for me is, I've always said that if you're going to end poverty, if you're going to end racism, right, you have to end poverty among black people. One of the ways to end poverty is the mental change. When you look at many of the African continents, yes, the colonial masters have left, but the mind didn't change. South Africa, for example, we've seen data has shown that after the apartheid, more white South Africans had more wealth in their hands than black South Africans, even though they're not even in power, even though you have a black president. So we need to start the mental change, the mental revolution, that you can build wealth. You can build it legitimately. You don't need to steal money. You don't need to be a politician. You can start a business. You can trade value for cash and build wealth and even impact your society. So that's what we hope the book will do, open people's eye to opportunities and to the fact that anybody can be wealthy. If I, that was born in a village, my mother was a civil servant, my father's business had crumbled, no political connection, never taking government contract, could build wealth to this level, anybody can do it in Africa. And I did it starting from Africa as well.
That's very amazing.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the event that is taking place here on Saturday. Do you want to give more information on that?
Yeah, it's open to all, and we've decided to make it free so that there's no restriction for people who genuinely want to learn. It's going to be about an hour sharing the content of the book, and after that people are free to buy the book. I sign it for them, take pictures with them, and I hope I will have inspired more people to build wealth legitimately and start their journey.
Great. By the way, for those of you who are not aware, the event is on Saturday and it begins at 11 a.m.
Yes, at Crystal Palace Hotel
here in Douala.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, for years, let's talk more about you. For years, you have been able to empower youths across Africa. Now, why? Why do you believe in this empowerment?
Well, for me was when I started out as an entrepreneur, I tried to reach out to a couple of people for help. None supported me. One of the interventions we started is our $5 million grant, where we're giving entrepreneurs $5,000 to support their businesses. Okay. But what we're doing is beyond just the money. All of them are part of my CEO team, and they watch me even make decisions with our own CEOs as well. They're able to learn how even bigger companies are operated and are really being an apprentice and being mentored. But it's important for me because I realize that that is what is lacking in Africa. When you look at the job rate across Africa, joblessness, young people don't have jobs, hope is lost. The only solution is that we need more businesses. We need more entrepreneurs because those entrepreneurs will employ more people.
Exactly.
And when more people are employed, you have an empowered nation, and you have a nation devoid, you have reduced crime because crime has been traced to poverty across nations. More poverty, more crime everywhere in the world. So if you want to end crime, you want to empower the youths, and it's not just something government alone will do. We as Africans have to take the responsibility. I mean, when you look at the culture from beginning, it takes a village to raise a child, right? And we need to get back into that culture of it takes a village to raise a successful entrepreneur.
Great. Now, what measures do you think can be done to make entrepreneurship more viable in Africa? Beautiful.
I think there's a lot more government need to do. I think we need to start by celebrating entrepreneurs more. I see across African media, when you look at the news more, and that's why I appreciate you guys for having me here, more of the conversation is just about, oh, this politician has done this, oh, government has done this. And when you look at the Western media, let's take CNBC, sometimes they even create a whole TV station just targeting entrepreneurship, right? You look at CNBC, it's all about business, you know, hosting entrepreneurs, hosting CEOs. And when we begin to turn the whole entrepreneurship thing to more like rock stars, like movie stars, like celebrities, more young people will be encouraged to say, okay, I think this is the route I need to go, rather than everybody wanting to be politicians or everybody wanting to be religious leaders, you know, and those areas have limited number of people that can occupy those places. But entrepreneurship is open for all. Everybody can be an entrepreneur. So government needs to start by showcasing, by celebrating, and say, this man is a businessman. We celebrate his contribution to the economy. We celebrate what he's doing. And the more we raise such people, the better and bigger things we get. One of the things I need to add here, when you look at a documentary called The Men Who Built America, you realize that government did not build America. Yes. And I've often said this a lot when we have conversation with people, that it is the private sector that built the rail system in America. It was the private sector that built the petroleum system in America, John D. Rockefeller. We have Andrew Carnegie. We have several of these top, JP Morgan, the banking sector. It was when these people now became so rich, so powerful, than even government, that policies were now put in place to break their monopoly. So if Africa will rise as well, we need to raise thousands of Dangotes of this world, right? And then after a while, government can now come here and say, hey, you can't play monopoly. We need more people to be able to do what you do. And that's really what will change Africa.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Doctor, you've decided to pass across your knowledge through books. But then there is no reading culture in Africa. Do you think this is a very good strategy, if I may ask?
Well, there's no reading culture because role models are not writing books as well, right? Why is there reading culture in America? Is also because the day you make $1 million, you write a book on how I made $1 million, right? You are seeing 50 Cent, for example, is a hip-hop artist who is now an entrepreneur. He now has a book. You see how they do it. If you look at a lot of even, I'm sure very soon, what's her name? Rihanna will soon write a book about the success of her makeup business. She's now worth billions. So it's a culture that was developed, but the successful ones started it first. So I believe that Africans will start reading as well. Once more people like me rise up, more people like me begin to talk about this and take it serious, it's just a matter of time.
Great. Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any last words you want to say?
Well, my last word is, and I've been saying that, I said this as well in Ghana when we did the book signing in Ghana, Africa needs to unite. When we get outside of Africa, right, they don't care. You know, all they see is these are black people. And no little wonder we're more united outside Africa. But when we come back, politicians and wherever begin to divide us. And I think it's time. And I'm happy with Cameroon has been very generous towards strangers, towards other Africa. I was shocked when I heard there are almost 5 million Nigerians in Cameroon. I'm still shocked, right? And there's been no division, nothing of such. And I think it's kudos to also the political leaders here, because they must have made sure we remain united. If we're united, we will rise as a continent, we will grow bigger, and we will resolve our issues. The truth is that nobody is coming to solve our problem. France won't come, you know, United Kingdom won't come, America won't come. We internally have to develop Africa, resolve our issues, but we can only do it when we're united. And we know that what happened to one African country still affects every other one. So I hope we stay united and we build a strong, viable, entrepreneurial Africa.
Thank you very much. You
Thank
are
you.
actually jam-packed with a lot of knowledge right there.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Doctor. And
Thanks for having
we're
me.
looking forward to, more knowledge from you subsequently.
Yeah, I look forward to sharing a lot on Saturday. I hope it's going to be a great time.
Great, dear viewers. Don't miss out on that opportunity to go and learn from the Billionaire's Hobbit book series. It's in Douala. And it's on that note that we've come to the end of this session of the Prime Time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for spending your